How's it going, guys? Egg fried cheese back once again, this time with a little update video, or vlog as it were. Once again, as per the last vlog that was uploaded on the channel, to give a bit more of an update about what's been going on in real life, etc. Reason I'm doing the video today, as I partially mentioned in the previous video, I'm due to go into surgery on the 19th of January this year, so 2017. And the one thing that I did forget to mention with regards to the reasons I'm going into surgery, I actually had a pre-assessment appointment today. So this would be when this video is going to go up, which is going to be on the 6th of January. A lot of people in work do know about it. The pre-assessment is just to go over a few bodily checks, ask a few lifestyle questions, etc. before I end up going into hospital for it. As obviously I explained in the last video, I wasn't going to go into the surgery itself, only because it's quite gruesome. So I do want to give everybody who is watching this video a little bit of a warning. I am going to be going into a little bit more detail about what the surgery is ultimately going to entail. I don't know exactly 100% what's going to be done in the actual surgery, what the actual procedure itself involves. But I know the reasons I'm actually going into the surgery for. So obviously with the pre-assessment, asked the nurse quite a number of questions, had bloods done, ECG done, all the standard checks as you would normally do, signing forms, etc. And one of the major things that we have discussed today is obviously what's going to be going on in the surgery. Now, this is one of the reasons why I've been quite anxious, and I'll explain it back to that point. So when I was in hospital back towards the third week in November-ish, before I got discharged, I ended up speaking to one of the surgical teams, as I mentioned in the last video. And the surgical teams have obviously talked about a surgical procedure to deal with the fistula that I ended up obtaining whilst I was in hospital. Now, the way that they deal with fistulas, and as I say, it is going to get quite gruesome, so if you are a little bit squeamish, I'll put a link to a part of the video where it's a little less gruesome. But as I've stated with any videos that I do, I will say it as it is, and I'd rather give people the upfront of what's actually going to be happening. So basically, with the surgical procedure, the way that they deal with the fistula is wherever the channel's running, they basically open it like a book. So that does involve wherever the fistula is going from, which is about an inch or so from the entrance to my back passage, and it'll run up alongside the bowel. Now, to open it like a book, they are going to have to cut into the skin, and they are going to have to cut into the fistula and actually open it up wide. Now, the only downside of this is with a standard procedure, there's not that many complications for it. The location of where the fistula that I have and where it's going to is it's actually going across the bowel. So it's going across the bowel. So as you can imagine, that's your body. The bowel goes from the middle, it goes up, round to the left, up, across, and then down, and then it goes into the small intestine in the middle. So the way that the fistula is, it's about here, and it goes across the bowel, so it goes into the middle. Now, the downside of the location of where the fistula is, and the way that they have to cut it open, is it may very well result in incontinence for the rest of my life. And it is something that they have discussed. It's something that they have mentioned when I was in hospital. And this is going to be the worry that I have, because I know full well that I run back and forth to the toilet enough as it is right now to end up having incontinence for the rest of my life. It's going to make things extremely difficult. So that's something that I am going to be discussing with the surgical teams now when I go in on the 19th. So I'm going to ultimately potentially be cut open. Now, this is something that I did have a worry of, because I didn't know exactly what surgery was going to be done on the 19th. But they have confirmed that the surgery itself is primarily a surgical review. So I'll be put under general anaesthetic, so I'll be put to sleep. And it's a very invasive procedure where they look at the fistula, look at the abscess, find out what's going on. Now, what's on the paperwork next to that is a plus or minus fistula opening. So that may mean, depending on the circumstances and the situation, they may not have to cut it open. But based on the discussions I've had with the nurse today, and the reason why I ended up in hospital for so long, and the reason why I ended up going back into hospital, was because the fistula that I have constantly becomes infected. And I've been on antibiotics for the last couple of months. And it's driving me mad because it's making me sick, it's giving me headaches, it's stressing me out, etc, etc. And it's not where I want to be at all. So I'm half expecting that, even though they've said to me that it's a possibility that they may not operate on it and cut it open, I'm highly doubtful. So I've still got that playing on my mind, so I am still fairly anxious, I'm still worried about it, but at least I've got some more answers now from the doctors to know exactly what's going to be happening. Now, the way that they're going to be doing it is I'm going to be admitted to hospital on the 19th. They're going to admit me as an inpatient rather than sending me home, so I am not going to be around for a few days. I may try and do an update video through my phone when I've got a spare moment, etc. But there's no guarantee that I'm going to be able to. Now, obviously on the back of all that side of things, yes, it's a very, very difficult time. And don't get me wrong, I am still scared of the unknown, because I don't know whether they are actually going to operate and cut me open, or whether they're going to, for example, leave everything exactly where it is right now. But I'm highly doubtful that they're going to leave it, because the fact that I've had so many issues with infection and all stuff like that. So at least I've got some answers. I'm hoping now that it doesn't result in another very lengthy stay in hospital. I've been lucky enough to have a few days booked off as a holiday. So I've got the equivalent of 4 days off, and hopefully the week after then, if I am still in hospital, I'll be able to work something out around that. But it's still something that is going to play on my mind, and I know full well I'm probably not going to get much sleep tonight. But unfortunately I do have to deal with it. And as I say, I'm in touch with a couple of support groups, etc. So I'll be getting in contact with them over the next couple of days, just to sort of try and take my mind off it and everything along those lines. So that's a little bit of an update of what's going on. Yes, it is a little bit more gruesome, explaining the procedure and how it's going to be working and what's going to happen. Whether I'm going to be able to get them to potentially record some of it, I'm highly doubtful. But I may ask the question just so I've got a bit of a better understanding exactly of what has happened, obviously, while I was in surgery myself. I don't know whether they will or not. I know in America they're a little bit more flexible about it and a bit more relaxed. But because I'm going to be under general anaesthetic, I'm highly doubtful that they're going to be able to record it. But if not, what I may be able to do is I may be able to give some updates, as I say, while I'm in hospital after the 19th. So there's likely not going to be another update now unless I'm feeling quite bad in the next few days, until that day that I do get admitted into hospital. But I'll try and do a little bit of an update video to let you guys know how I'm getting on, etc. Okay. So it's only going to be a short video today. It's not going to be like 30 odd minutes long. It's just to give a brief update about what's going on. But as I will say, as per the last video that I did record, I've noticed a number of people have viewed the video and a few people have liked it. I understand that it was a long video and a lot of people didn't get to the end, so I'm going to mention it once again in this video. One of the top links in the description is going to be a link to what we call a Survey Monkey. Now, the Survey Monkey is going to request your name and a contact email address. The reason I'm after those particular details is we are going to be doing a charity live stream. I've got a couple of friends that are going to be taking part in it as well. With the charity live stream, it's going to be raising the money with regards to the skydive for Scope and Crohn's and Colitis UK. Now, by entering your name and a contact email address, it is going to give you a number of perks whilst you're in the charity live stream, and it may also give you a chance of potentially winning, or giving you a slightly better chance of winning some of the giveaways that are going to happen during the charity live stream. When this is likely to be, I honestly don't know yet, because I'm still waiting for confirmation about some holidays that I'm able to take a couple of days off to do it. But it is going to be something that I'll be wanting to do going forward. So if you can, on the video itself, feel free to leave a like, comment, favourite. It is very greatly appreciated. As I always say, I will try and respond to as many comments as I can on the videos. I'm limited to obviously how many I can respond to in certain cases because of YouTube and it not showing comments, etc. But I obviously will try my best to obviously respond to as many comments as you can. Also as well, check the top link in the description, which will take you to the SurveyMonkey. I say just pop your name and a contact email down there. You may get a personalised thank you for it. There'll also be links with regards to the charity live stream on the twitch.tv link. So a little bit closer to the time, I'll upload that, etc. Now there is there's a couple of things that I'll be playing whilst on the stream, which I think a few people will like. I know full well that I'm going to get a community of people in the stream that are probably going to cause me a little bit of a problem with the charity live stream, but we'll have to deal with them as and when the time comes. So as I say, I've been Egg. This has been a little update vlog. Obviously appreciate you guys tuning in and watching and keeping updated on what's going on. Make sure you obviously check out my social media links down below as well. I say feel free to comment me on them if you do have any questions or any queries you can think of. But as such, thank you for watching. I've been Egg. This has been an update vlog, and we shall see you all again next time. Ciao for now.